Oak Hill Red Devils and the Beckley Flying Eagles. Glad you're with us here on Video Productions tonight. I'm Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins producing and directing, and Jason Boland on cameras. We welcome you in to the Window World pregame show. And Eric, it's that time of year. It's the second season, and everybody comes in 0-0. I know that I've mentioned both of these teams' record. Oak Hill 6-15. Of course, we can do the math. That's 9 games below 500. Beckley 8-10, 2 games below 500. But tonight, both teams are 0-0.
Yeah, and you know, both teams played a terrific schedule, man. And, you know, some losses added up. And I thought the Beckley team, the weather hurt a lot of teams, but you and I had a chance to do a game in January with Beckley, and I thought they were starting around the corner and starting to play some good team basketball, and then they were off for 2 weeks, and it's kind of been a roller coaster year for them. If
you look at each team's the last 6 games for Oak Hill, they won 3, then they lost their last 3. So the Red Devils entered this postseason game on a 3-game losing streak. For Beckley, now if things work out the way it has been working out, this might be okay for Beckley. First of all, Beckley lost 2, then they won 2, then they lost their last 2. So if the trend continues, a win tonight and a win next week at Parkersburg South gets them in the state tournament, right?
That's right. If you stay with that trend, you know, I never thought about it like that. And as you stated, both coaches will handle this. Look, get that bad taste for a regular season out of your mouth, because that's the good thing about March. Have you been paying attention to what's going on in some of these?
Absolutely.
There have been 9 seeds beating 1 seeds. Belmont got knocked out today. They were the 1 seed. It might not even make the NCAA tournament.
Just a number by your name.
Just a number by your name. That's all it is. If you can put, and I'm fairly confident, either one of these teams, if they can put a full game together, they can knock someone off.
Well, you know, and it's interesting you say that, Eric, because you go back and you look at the 2 previous matchups that these 2 teams played, and you and I had the first game, and that was way back 2 days before Christmas, December 23rd in this building.
Looked it up.
And the game was tight, and Beckley pulled away at the end, and Beckley won that game 66-58. The return matchup on January the 13th at Oak Hill, Beckley won that as well, 60-44. But one of the most interesting stats, and I looked this up today, and you and I have talked about this through the course of doing Beckley home games, that in the past, against in-state opponents, the magic number for Beckley was always 70 points. If Beckley could hit 70 or more, they won just about 85, almost 90% of their games in this building when they scored 70 or more. This year, Eric, do you realize that Beckley only scored 70 or more twice?
South Charleston game?
No. Martinsburg, where they won, they scored 85, and then when they lost to James Monroe. So they only scored, and they were 1-1 in those 2 games.
Yeah.
And maybe this is just not the type of team, and I say maybe, it isn't, and it's not to take anything away from this year's Beckley team, but it's not the team that they've had when they were able to get 70 almost all the time.
Yeah, and that's the truth. And if you look at basketball trends, there's not a lot of high-scoring teams. I mean, in the state, a lot of teams, you know, a few teams hit the 70s, but it's more defensive, man, and oriented, and a lot of teams just get after each other and grind. And especially in the postseason basketball, it's survive and advance. You know as well as I do, we go to like every state tournament. You'll see some games where teams come in averaging a lot. They might win a game in the 40s.
And to your point, last night in AAA, in Greenbrier East beating Capital 55-52, that was a grind, you know, and it's about every possession. And it's about, like you said, what you do on the defensive end of the floor. And you know when you get into postseason, sometimes the basket shrinks, and you're right. So it's not necessarily scoring a lot of points, but can you get stops when you need them?
Yeah, and that's the key. And another big thing in our game that we did last night with Shady Spring, you got to make your free throws. A lot of teams, you get tight, and you can say what you want to. It's a lot different when you're playing in the regular season, Maris, and you know, well, we got if we lose tonight during the quarter, we can get better on that. No, there's no tomorrow. If you lose tonight, you're packing it up, and you're going off the track or baseball or whatever other sport you play.
Well, you're so right. As we go into break, Eric, the team that loses this game tonight don't have to worry about what time they're practicing basketball in the morning.
That's for sure. They can do something else. Find something else leisurely to do. Go fish it or something.
Yeah. All right. That'll get us to our first commercial break. As we get you closer to the top of the hour, we'll tip this Class 4 Region 3 tournament game at the top of the hour here on Video Productions.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy Trail, fuel up the way West Virginians do. At Little General Store. From the trail snacks to cold drinks and fuel to keep you rolling, we've got everything you need before you head into the hills. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the backwoods. Little General Store. Fuel your adventure. West Virginia.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
We gave a future driver a first look and asked what he thinks makes a good truck. These trucks aren't just for today's drivers, they're for future ones too.
There's a compartment here, great leather seats, a bunch of charging ports, has everything pretty much.
Now it's your turn.
Since I'm too young to do business in the front, I have to do party in the back.
Come to Midstate Ford and drive off in a new truck, cool enough to earn backseat approval. Midstate Ford, home of the Big John deals.
This new year, give your home a fresh start with a brand new view from Window World at Beckley.
At Window World, we believe all homes deserve comfort, energy savings, and style all year long.
With our energy-efficient windows and doors, Window World has you covered.
Give your home the view it deserves this year with new windows and doors from Window World at Beckley. New year, new view with energy-efficient windows from Window World at Beckley.
Call today, 1-800-WINDOW WORLD.
For your free in-home estimate.
Tonight's postseason game is brought to you in part by Modley's Plumbing and Heating for superior and excellent work. If you have a plumbing and heating problem, just reach out to the fine folks at Modley's. Dial them up, 304-253-HELP, a very easy number to remember. Also, the game tonight brought to you by Pasquale's Italian Restaurant. For all your favorite Italian dishes, plus sandwiches, salad, and seafood, you want Pasquale's. You can book your next event there. Give them a call at 304-255-5253. And the game tonight brought to you in part by Infinity Coal Company, located Sophia, West Virginia. They take pride in producing coal that fuels progress around the world. From the heart of coal country, United Coal delivers the resources that strengthen industries and communities. United Coal. Eric, as we take a look at this particular region, of course, in 4A, there's just 20 total teams. So you've got the north half and the south half. This is considered the south half. Of course, this is the number 7 seeded team is Beckley. And, of course, Oak Hill, the team they're playing, obviously number 10. Also tonight will be the 8-9 matchup, which will be Parkersburg at Buchanan. Now, here's a very intriguing matchup, the 4-5 matchup. I think it could go, obviously, 4-5. They're that tight, and you're looking at rivalries, a matchup anyway between Cabell, Midland, and Huntington.
Yeah, and that'll be a good team. That Cabell Midland team is a good ball club, and you know what you get with Huntington. You're going to get some athletic players that get after you, and I think that'll be a tremendous game.
So the winner of tonight's 8-9 matchup, Parkersburg at Buchanan, will draw the number 1 overall seed in the South, George Washington. The survival of those 3 teams, and many people believe it'll be George Washington, but like we said in our last segment, it's just a number by your name. They got one that doesn't guarantee you to punch your ticket. Then GW, if they do survive that, they would take on the winner of Cabell, Midland, and Huntington. The winner of that would go to the state tournament. On the other half of the bracket, as I mentioned, Oak Hill and Beckley playing here tonight, the game you're getting ready to watch here on Video Productions. The winner will travel to Parkersburg South, while the other matchup is the 3-6 matchup, which is Hurricane at Riverside.
Yeah, and Beckley, you know, has a big-time history with Parkersburg South, has some mammoth games in state tournament games, and each coming to each building and playing. But this Oak Hill team, man, this is a tough task for Beckley because the old adage is, and I don't like buying to a lot of things when people say, well, if you beat somebody once, you can beat them twice. It truly is hard to if you play somebody twice to beat them a third time. It really is.
It really is. And I'll tell you, Eric, this kind of takes me back because when I first started in broadcasting, when I was doing radio for Beckley back in 1990-91, the very first tournament game that I was able to do on radio that year, my first year, was Beckley and Oak Hill. And I remember it was in this building. The place was packed. Of course, Beckley went on to win. Went on to go to the state championship. They were the defending champions from the year before. They went to the championship game and lost
to Logan.
But that was a battle. Many people felt that the winner of that game that night was going to be in the state championship game, and that turned out to be the case.
Yes.
And I know that's not the case with these teams tonight, but like you said, everybody's 0-0. The record really doesn't mean anything. The fact Oak Hill is 6-15, Beckley's 8-10. At the end of the night, one team's moving on, and whether they got a losing record or not, they're just happy they're going to be playing at least one more game.
And if you're either one of these teams, you should take it this way. You're playing with house money.
That's right.
Nobody but probably their nucleus and true fans of them believe that whoever wins this game is going anywhere. But if you win, the first step is winning tonight, and then you got to believe in yourself. And with 4 quarters to go to maybe qualify for the state tournament, lay it all on the line, man. And that's what's good about March. There's been plenty of examples already in the 2 days that I've been watching basketball of it doesn't matter what that number is beside your name.
And that's right. And that's whether we're talking about high school girls and boys or college men's and women's. It doesn't matter.
It does not.
And, one thing, too, and I think you'll agree with this, that's what's important for Oak Hill, and you would say they are the underdog playing on the road in the lower seed. They have to avoid what Nicholas County couldn't in the game you and I did last night. Shady got off to a 13-0 start and basically took control of the game. If you're Oak Hill and you're going to pull off the upset, you got to be able to hang in there early.
Yeah, and let's refer back to last night, though. As we were watching that game, it was kind of a weird game. Shady did jump out to a 13-0 lead, but it was more of what Nicholas County didn't do. Because they had plenty of shots, 7 or 8. They missed about 5 layups
really
in the first
point-blank shots, right.
First 5 minutes of the game. That could have kept them in it. And you're right, and that's what Oak Hill can't. You can't. What you can't do is fall behind big. And here moving forward, this is one of the things about this Beckley team you can't put your finger on. They've been slow starters. First quarter, it's been terrible. But then the following 3 quarters, or if they do have a great first quarter, a bad third quarter.
Well, I think that's the inconsistency that they've been all year.
It's just been, and that's one thing. All teams lost a lot of games, but they are playing with a younger, core of players that didn't have a lot of varsity action. You graduate a lot of heavy varsity minutes from last year, but that's not an excuse. That's just a fact, but it's up to those young guys now, man. You gotta understand. If you gotta look up in the rafters and understand what this program was built on. And Oak Hill has a lot of rich tradition too. I'm looking around. If Stuff Lynch is here, in the building. When you get Beckley, Oak Hill together, you get a true rival.
A lot of basketball clout that shows up.
A lot of clout.
Yes, both teams still going through their warm-ups. We'll take a break, and we'll get you ready for the opening tip. We're a little less than 10 minutes away of this Region 3 Class 4A tournament game between Oak Hill and Beckley here on Video Productions.
Access Health, many of our physicians begin their journey here. They trained with us, grew with us, and chose to stay. Because Access Health isn't just where their careers began, it's where they found home. Here, caring means more than medicine. It's knowing your patients and being part of their lives. They've grown with Access Health and with the community that welcomed them. What sets Access Health apart isn't just the care we give, it's the people who grow with us and the community we call home. Access Health. When the need grows, so do we.
If you're struggling with payroll problems, compliance confusion, or HR headaches, it's time to discover Compliance, the trusted solution for a healthier, stress-free business. With Compliance, you will experience faster, error-free payroll, effortless compliance with labor laws, and expert HR support and guidance. Don't let workplace stress take over. Ask your business if Compliance is right for you. Side effects may include reduced stress, increased efficiency, improved morale, and a strong reliance on compliance. Consult Compliance today. Compliance, because a better business starts with a better you.
Hey, grab me one too. Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our new Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Hey folks, Rick Lewis here. Come and see what all talks about at one of West Virginia's top pre-owned auto dealers, Direct Choice of Beckley.
Direct Choice has over 50 vehicles available, all priced below market value. And credit problems are no problem. Good credit, slow credit, bad credit, doesn't matter. Direct Choice has over 10 financing sources available with excellent rates to get you in your new car, truck, or SUV today. Give us a try before you buy at Direct Choice Pre-Owned, 4631 Robert T. Byrd Drive, Beckley. Or shop 24/7 at directchoicewv.com.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley. Every Friday and Saturday night, they have futuristic bowling from 10 o'clock to midnight. And reserve your lane. You can dial them up at 304-253-7328. Also, the game brought to you in part by Hart's Cabinets, located in MacArthur, West Virginia. Quality custom cabinets. They've been around since 1974. You can dial them up at 304-252-2917. Also being brought to you by Edward Jones. Edward Jones, if you're changing jobs or if you're retired or planning on retiring, they are financial advisors and they can walk you through your financial goals. Heather Cantley, Brooke Dempsey, Ben Worley, or Tracy Houck. And also the game tonight brought to you in part by Exit Elevation Realty, Luke Richmond, the broker, Steve Morgan, the associate broker. The website is exitelevationwv.com. Well, Eric, both teams have completed their warm-ups. They've gone off the floor, and I think, take us back through when you were a player, when you get ready to play. For all of these young men, probably this is their biggest high school game that they've played in.
Well, I can relate to this because actually the last high school regular season game I played in was on this court.
Right.
And we lost. We were favorites, and we lost. And I can remember like it was yesterday, the feeling of, dang, I'm never going to put on this uniform, the finality of it. And what you want, if you're young, if I could get the young psyche of me then, I don't know if these players really realize that magnitude, especially if you're a senior, if you're A.J. Thomas, Preston Clary, and you got Conley for Oak Hill, Jones. I mean, this is it.
And, Eric, maybe that's a good thing they don't realize it because they can just be loose and go out and play.
Yeah, that's true. But you still know the magnitude of the game. But I think if you could realize that, I'm sure that your loose ball efforts, everything will be, when you're younger, you don't really know.
You don't really know, like, this could be it.
Yes.
But here's another thing, and I said this last night, and I've said this as long as I've been broadcasting at any level. When you get into the postseason, you got to elevate your game, and your best players have to be your best players. Preston Clary has been Beckley's best player all year long. He averages 18 points a game. He shoots 84% from the foul line. He has been that guy. And for the Oak Hill Red Devils, I don't know who you would say their best player. Their leading scorer is Brett Conley. If he's not their best player, he's definitely one of the top two of their best players.
Yeah, definitely.
And also Thomas Jones. Now, for Beckley, when you look at their second best player, that's a different guy every night, right?
Every
night.
So
you don't know who that other guy's going to be.
Yeah, it could be Jaden Robinson heating up one night.
It
could be Lucas Rainey.
Right.
And, my man Lucas coming off the bench, he's had some big games for Beckley. The Martinsburg game, when they last time they really scored a bunch of points, you had contributions from everyone. Jaden Robinson, he's a guy that can heat up and do some things. But I like the young guy. The last time that they played, the young guy Isaiah Jones for Beckley was the leading scorer.
You're reading my mind. I think he's the X factor.
Yes.
Not just tonight, but for the duration that Beckley's in the postseason.
And if Beckley, if you look at him, I think the team moving forward is going to be built around that young man. He's a legit 6'7", at 14 years old, only going to grow in body and mind. Like you said, he's still feeling his way through this. When you come from middle school where you can be dominant and just score, anytime you want to, it's a little bit of a transition, but I look for big things from that young man.
All right, we'll take one final break, come back, give you the starting lineups, get the ball in the air. You're watching live streaming coverage of this Class 4A Region 3 tournament game here on Video Productions.
This new year, give your home a fresh start with a brand new view from Window World at Beckley.
At Window World, we believe all homes deserve comfort, energy savings, and style all year long.
With our energy-efficient windows and doors, Window World has you covered.
Give your home the view it deserves this year with new windows and doors from Window World at Beckley. New year, new view with energy-efficient windows from Window World at Beckley.
Call today, 1-800-WINDOW-WORLD
for your free in-home estimate.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
We asked the real experts what they think of our Chevys and GMCs, and they didn't hold back.
Come here. Come on. I like the noise of it.
They've tested the seats, the screens, and the tires as well. Now it's your turn. Northside Chevy GMC, approved by kids, loved by everyone. Chevrolet, together let's drive. GMC, we are professional grade.
Northside Levy, where they are right.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do, at Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry, getting ready to have the starting lineups as the Oak Hill Red Devils enter the ball game 6-15 under head coach Andy Keys. They're 3-3 in their last 6. For their starters, here's Eric.
They'll go this way. They'll go with Ivan Perdue. They'll go with Caleb Compton. Brent Conley, the leading scorer, coming in at 16 points a game. Tom Jones and Anton Hicks.
And that's how the Red Devils will go. Jones, the team's second leading scorer at 11 a game. And for Beckley, let's see how they will go. They will be led by Preston Clary. He's the team's leading scorer at 18 points a game. He shoots 84% from the free throw line. Also, it'll be Jaden Robinson will be out there. He comes in averaging 10 points a game. Gage Burdett at 8 points a game. And Kingston Clark will be into the lineup as well. And I'm trying to see who that fifth starter is. I think it is A.J. Thomas. I can't see him over there. I'm screened out, but I do believe A.J. Thomas is the fifth starter, Eric. Is that correct?
No, Isaiah Jones.
Isaiah Jones. So, right. And the reason we didn't know the starting lineups because I noticed since there's no JV game and the game started 7, both teams and coaches, they arrived late. So Beckley will go with Jones. So it'll be Jones, Burdett, Robinson, Clary, and Clark. That's how Beckley will go. The opening tip of the ball game is brought to you by State Farm Insurance, Scotty Brown. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Scotty Brown, your local agent. He's in Shady Spring, West Virginia. You can dial him up 681-238-6130. The Red Devils will be wearing the traveling black uniforms trimmed in red and white. Beckley, the home white uniforms. And as always, Eric, they'll have to wait as they get their final instructions from head coach Ron Kidd before they take the floor. The officials for the ball game tonight will be Phil Porter, Lance Eastman, and Isaiah Wine will referee the ball game. And in the center circle to jump will be Jones for Beckley and Conley for Oak Hill. So we're ready to get this tournament elimination game underway. This is Region 3, Class 4A And everybody's all set, ready to put the ball in the air. Glad you're with us here on Video Productions. And the tip is controlled by the Red Devils going to the basket to our left. So let's see what Oak Hill will do. Beckley comes out, of course, man-to-man. Here's Hicks. Compton with it now. Compton on the drive, attacks the basket, off the glass, up and in. So Oak Hill breaks the seal on the scoring as Compton able to score off the glass.
Yeah, Compton able to knife through the defense and really a great play, individual effort by him.
And Burdett says right back at you and draws the foul. Compton took Burdett to the rack and laid it in. Now Burdett says here's one more as we watch the replay, Eric, as he able to take it off the dribble, get to the rim, tie the game, and has a chance to give Beckley their first lead of the ball game.
And Anton Hicks will pick up his first. And that's what you want to see from Gage Burdett, the little sophomore. I think as he misses the free throw, he just needs to see a few shots fall. And I think free throw shooting is going to be big. We talked about that early in the broadcast.
Yeah, of course, in all games, especially when you get into postseason play, Compton finds Conley. Conley's shot is blocked, but there's a foul on Clark. As Clark not only did he block the basketball, but as we watched the replay, Eric, looked like he got him as well.
Got all kinds of head and ball as he came across. And but make him earn it at the free throw line, and that'll be Kingston Clark's first foul. And you know what? The Oak Hill's really getting into their offensive set. The defense's first two possessions really not bothering.
Conley's free throw is no good. Brett Conley comes in as the team's leading scorer at 16 points a game.
You can't tell me young men aren't tight.
Yeah, because he missed that one bad.
He missed that one kind of bad, yeah.
Second free throw on its way, and that one's no good as there's a lane violation.
And he got lucky because it won't count as a shot.
Yeah, because he missed the whole basket. So he shot, and I know he's a better foul shooter than what we saw.
I mean, we're poking fun, but it's just showing you the magnitude of this game. These guys know this is it.
So here's Beckley. Here's Robinson. Robinson we've called him the microwave. He's been hot and cold as Beckley tries to get the ball in the post, and they throw it away. Jones then has the ball tipped from behind by Clark. And here's Beckley with Robinson. And Robinson's pocket is picked. So turnover to turnover to turnover. And Hicks down the floor, and the ball's knocked out of bounds by Clark. It'll stay with Oak Hill.
Yeah, and you know what? Beckley's last possession, it wasn't crisp. It looks like they're just trying to dial it in. You gotta make your passes in the flow of the offense. It doesn't look like it's flowing.
Hicks will inbound on the baseline, finds Jones. Jones spots up. That shot was partially blocked, and he goes in anyway, and he's fouled.
Tom Jones, and that's going to be a foul on Isaiah Jones. Jones to Jones right there.
Watch the replay. It's a two ball, but it looked like the shot was partly deflected right there, and then no question it was a foul. So Jones will try to polish off a three-point play. And Jones's free throw is good. And we know the kind of range that we've seen Tom Jones have for Oak Hill. Quickly back up the floor is Burdett. They're trying to post up. There's Jones guarding Jones. Got Tom Jones for Oak Hill trying to guard Isaiah Jones for Beckley. There's a ball screen.
And if you look at I just don't like the flow of the offense right now. And it's settling down where you're going to have to either take a bad shot or get Preston Clary involved.
Well, they got him involved as he dials up a three and ties the game. That's not a bad way to get Preston Clary involved, right? If you're Beckley.
It's not. Compton. But I still think he bailed the offense out with his superior offense.
Burdett all over Compton. Now Conley. Ball's knocked free. They dive for it. It's out of bounds. It'll stay with Oak Hill. Good play and hustle.
But what kind of hustle
That's
there?
Right.
That's not giving up on the 50-50 ball. And that's not what I call false hustle. That's what you got to do to win these kind of games.
Yeah, play happened right in front of us, and a nice hustle play by Burdett, and he was there just a second too late, and he was on the sideline when he touched the ball. So here's Oak Hill with the possession. They go with the ball screen.
Got the high ball switch right here. This is tough.
And going hard to the basket and drawing the foul. No, they call a jump ball, not a foul, beg your pardon, and the arrow will be over to Beckley. But Compton had just lowered his head and made up his mind he was going hard to the basket.
Yeah, but I think that was good offense because he got the switch he wanted. When you switch that high with Jones, I think he needs to lay off and force them to shoot over top. Isaiah Jones, that is.
Here's Burdett trying to get to the lane. They cut him off. Burdett, little pull-up. That's going to be short. That was good Oak Hill defense.
And I'm going to use – I think that was partially blocked as well.
So Here's Oak Hill on the attack. Compton with it. Compton shaking and baking. Here's a shot from the near corner. It's no good. That shot's put up by Purdue. And comes Beckley out of there. Robinson on the move. Robinson into the lane. They cut him off. Clark on the trail. Attacks the basket. Too strong and an offensive foul. And that's Clark's second foul, Eric.
Yes.
That's big.
Yeah, I think you'll see A.J. Thomas enter the game here. And this, he should have just pulled up for the little jumper. Yeah, that was definitely a charge. The Oak Hill defender set, and Kingston Clark will get an early exit. But I think what you lose with Kingston Clark, you gain something here with A.J. Thomas because he's one that is able to push. He can rebound just as well and able to push the tempo.
Beckley will use full court pressure. Oak Hill able to get it up. And now they got the switch with the big guy out on Compton. Now here's Conley with it. Conley, he lost the ball. Good defense by Beckley, and then an Oak Hill foul. And I think they'll get Conley with the foul.
I think it might be.
Was it
yes,
hit?
It was.
It was
Conley.
Well, I thought Conley, because you could tell the look on his face that as we watched the replay, you could see the frustration when he turned it over. He tried to reach back to get the ball back, and he commits the foul.
Yeah, and that's the third team foul.
Yeah. So each team has committed 3 team fouls. Here's Beckley trying to set up something in the post maybe. Robinson off a screen. Clary on the dribble. Good Oak Hill defense. Now they go to Jones. Jones into the lane. Back down now to repost is Jones, and he lost the ball.
Tom Jones with
Tom
quick
Jones
hands.
takes the ball away from Isaiah Jones.
Isaiah Jones, he left it. He's going to pick up a foul here.
Yeah, he's way too aggressive. Jones goes right by him all the way to the cup, puts it up, but it doesn't go. And here's Preston Clary.
And I think Isaiah Jones got lucky right there.
Preston Clary's shot is blocked from behind. The game's a little sloppy now, Eric. Ball back and forth. Both teams look a little tight here in the early going.
They do. Both bad offense and relying on defense.
And that 3 ball is no good, but good hustle by Purdue as he tries to save it right into the hands of A.J. Thomas. We're more than halfway through this first quarter as A.J. Thomas will find Robinson. He'll dial up for 3. It won't go, and Purdue with the rebound for Oak Hill. And now Oak Hill wants to slow the pace down a little bit.
Yeah, because the pace of the game is where Beckley needed it. They're just not making shots. But credit Oak Hill not giving up on when they do turn it over. They're playing good defense and defending really well.
Here's Tom Jones with it.
And this is a mismatch for Jones.
Jones shoots over the big fella Isaiah Jones, and a splashdown. A 3 ball, and Oak Hill's back in front. Back the other way, Robinson. Fall away from the baseline is good. That's a good-looking shot by Robinson. Like I said, we call him the microwave. He has the ability to heat up in a hurry.
You know what I like about him? He doesn't have a conscience. He doesn't care if he misses 10 in a row. He thinks he's making the next 2.
Here's Purdue on a dribble into the lane. He finds Jones around the horn. Conley to the baseline. They cut him off. Conley will pull up on the baseline. Needs a roll, and he got it as Conley scores from the left baseline about 8 feet away.
And Conley's first 2 and patient offensively on the baseline there, Maris, and that was good-looking offense by Conley.
Burdette on a drive, a lot of contact, and boy, that was a collision right there.
Yeah, Anton Hicks is a nice little football player.
Yes.
Him and Gage Burdette had a little collision on the gridiron, and that was definitely a block, and that's 2 on Anton Hicks as well, so you may see him come out the game.
Yeah, and he probably is coming out of the game as Wines will check in for Beckley. And Hicks does come out of the ball game, and checking into the game is going to be Craven Austin for Oak Hill. As Wines has it now. And here's Clary.
Yeah, this is the mismatch offensively here.
Burdette open 3 ball on its way. Good! Burdette drains a 3 to tie the game.
And great unselfishness right there by Preston Clary. Dribble, draw the defense, kick it to the open shooter.
Here's Compton up the floor, a lot of contact, no whistle, ball's free. They scramble for it, Robinson has it, held ball, or is Robinson out of bounds? A held ball, it'll stay with the Red Devils with an even 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
And we'll see the 3 on the drive and the kick here, and that's good offense, not forcing it. Engage Burdette, I'm telling you, feeling it. Once you see one go through, you think everything's going to go in. You know, Maris, you know, I saw you down on City Avenue shooting.
You see me and Jim shoot too, not just City Avenue.
City Avenue shooting. And But and that's one thing. That's the old adage. You make one, you think you got it rolling tonight.
Jones dials it up, and that three won't go as Burdett skies high for the rebound. Beckley with a chance to regain the lead as Burdett races the ball up the floor. He's got an open look from about 10 feet right of the lane, and he scores.
And a great push by Gage Burdett. That's 7 for Burdett, and that's what you see out of the young fella. He has the capability to score. We had a chance to do middle school games with him, and I just think he has a different intensity in his eye tonight.
Beckley currently on a 5-0 run. Here's Purdue with it. A.J. Thomas on him. They get a backdoor cut or try to get one, and no-kill throws it away. So we watch the replay here as the Red Devils turn it over.
He was trying to lead him to the I could see what he saw.
Lead him to the spot.
But I don't think the receiver of the pass cutter, was not going where he needed.
Yeah. Clary through traffic. They cut him off, and we got a foul.
Ooh, I thought he may have drugged the pivot.
He might have, but he got bailed out with a foul.
Amari Thompson, Maris picks up that, and that'll be free throws.
Well, that's the fourth team foul. So you got to get one more. So that's 14 fouls. 14 fouls on Oak Hill and 3 on Beckley as the ball comes into Robinson. A.J. Thomas finds Wines inside. They throw the ball back out. Clary dials up a 3. It's good. Clary rings up 3. And Beckley has ran off 8 in a row, and they now have a 5-point lead, their largest of this first quarter.
And Preston Clary, man, he plays basketball. I like to watch him play. And
Conley all the way to the rim, and a beautiful finish with the left hand.
Conley knifes through, and he can heat up real quick, too. Brent Conley. And the quarter started slow, but it's really heated up.
Yes. Robinson from the foul line, and he left it short. Battle for the loose ball. Wines hustles, but it goes to the Red Devils in Compton, and let's see if Oak Hill will hold it for the final shot of the quarter. 22 seconds left in the first. Conley dials it up for 3, and he's fouled on a 3, and it goes in and pop back out, and that's not the play you want if you're Beckley. You definitely don't want to foul on a shot like that as we watch the replay here.
Yeah, and that will be on Wines. And
not a smart play.
Not a smart play on the trail.
And that ball, look at that. It's a game of inches. That ball almost went down for a potential 4-point play. So Conley will be at the line to shoot 3, and the first one is no good.
So it may end up being a good foul. So if you erase, he was 0 for 2, but you erased the 1. So right now
he's 0 for 2.
Yeah, he's 0 for 2 now, but he shot 3.
And this free throw is way short. Just grazed the rim.
This is not. I mean, we've watched him play a lot.
I've seen him shoot free throws
better than
this.
Looks like something's wrong with his shooting hand.
His finger.
He's got it
taped up,
yes.
And maybe he can't grip the ball as well. Don't want to make excuses for the young man, but that's just a fact.
We're just stating what we see visually.
Right. And the third free throw, he got 1 of 3. And now let's see if Beckley will hold it for the final shot of the quarter. Burdett tacks the basket on the baseline. He's in trouble.
He walked.
And he sure did.
Yeah, he picked that pivot foot up on the step through.
So with 11.5 seconds remain in the first quarter, now this is the third time I've said this. Now the last shot of the quarter, right? I know teams just don't play that way anymore, Eric. I know that. But now you got to think Oak Hill will take the final shot, and you don't want to foul if you're Beckley because you're over the limit, and they almost fouled there. Conley has to launch a 3, and it's nowhere close, and that's how the quarter will end. At the end of 1, it started off slow, turned out to be exciting at the end of the quarter. After 1, Beckley with a 2-point lead, 15-13. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done.
It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Cracker Barrel. Love me some Cracker Barrel. And if you want a home-cooked meal, let Cracker Barrel do the cooking. To check out the menu, go to crackerbarrel.com. Also, the game tonight brought to you by the Spartan Factory. They have T-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, whatever you need for your church, your team, your school, whatever the case may be. Check them out at the Spartan Factory, wv.com. Well, Eric, pretty good first quarter. Back and forth we went. Each team got on some runs there. Beckley had the biggest lead of the first quarter, led by 5 as they went on an 8-0 run. And Oak Hill closed the quarter there on a 3-0 run to get within 2. 15-13 to lead for Beckley as we start the second quarter.
Yeah, and the pace of the game picked up there at the last 4 minutes of the contest. And this is a new look. You got Lucas Rainey in. You got A.J. Thomas running the point guard with Wines and Preston Clary on the floor.
And, of course, Rainey's in there for his long-range shooting as A.J. Thomas puts it on the deck. They cut him off to get the ball to Clary. Clary trying to drive. Robinson around the screen. A.J. Thomas will dial it up for 3, and it's an air ball. Clary with the rebound and throws it away. And then as he threw it away, Compton not able to hang on to it, and it'll stay with Beckley. But A.J. Thomas had a good look and just got nothing but air on that shot. So Beckley will inbound. And they're really putting the ball in play, Eric, right there. One of the toughest places to put the ball in play. And I was talking to Rusty Udy before the game, and I said one of the hardest plays in basketball now is just to get the ball in bounds.
It is. It is.
Especially from where they had to get it in bounds at. Here's Clary trying to go around the screen. You got Jones out on him. Clary puts his head down, gets into the lane, tacks the basket, puts a shot up and scores.
Well, he was determined to get that one up and in as Preston Clary able to get his 8th point.
And as you said in the first quarter, when they got the switch with Jones, that's a tough matchup for Jones on Clary. Jones has it now. He's a deep threat to catch and shoot whenever he catches the ball.
And I've been a fan of this kid his whole career. And
Jones has it. He dials up a 3, and it doesn't go. Battle for the rebound, and Beckley comes out of there with it. A.J. Thomas on the move. Clary on the trail, wide open 3, right down the chute for Preston Clary.
And that's a good push and kick by A.J. Thomas. And that's one element in his game. I think they could use him at that point guard position to push the pace.
Biggest lead of the game right here for Beckley. Beckley starts the quarter on a 5-0 run. Here's Jones with it in the corner. Conley with it. Now Compton.
And looks like Caleb Compton's trying to get them in an offensive set. Here, let's see.
Conley around the screen. Purdue in the corner. Conley will dial it up for 3, and it won't go. He had a good look, and Clary clears the rebound for Beckley.
I still think there's something wrong with that young man's hand. I've never seen him, shoot. I'm not going to say bad. It just doesn't look like it has the rotation it usually has.
There's a foul. That's easy play to call as Purdue, just too aggressive, trying to steal the ball from Rainey. That's the first foul of the quarter.
Yes, and first on Purdue. But Lucas Rainey got lucky right there because sometimes I think he gets that ball too far out in front of him. He doesn't shield the defender. So it's enticing for the defender, it's like it's right there and I got to go get it. But that time he came through the chest of Rainey.
So here's A.J. Thomas with it. Clary has had the hot hand. He's had a drive. He's had a 3-ball. A.J. Thomas shaking and baking. Finds Clary. Off the dribble into the lane. Little floater. Doesn't go. And
play through the contact.
Yes,
it was some contact on that. Not enough to call.
I think it was a good no call.
It was just contact.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to be able to play through that. Can't get bailed out all the time.
We played over 2.5 minutes of this quarter, and there's Oak Hill's first bucket, and Conley in a much-needed bucket as Beckley started the quarter on a 7-0 run, and now Oak Hill has got their first 2 points of quarter number 2. Rainey off the dribble, down the lane, tacks the basket. The ball's knocked out of his hands, or I guess he just lost it, and it'll be a turnover over to the Red Devils.
Yeah, but I like the idea of Lucas Rainey not settling for that jumper and trying to get to the rim.
And Beckley extending the pressure, Eric, like you said, they wanted the game, the pace of the game to be sped up.
Yeah, but one thing that Oak Hill has survived that little spurt that Beckley had, and with the defensive stop and a score here, they're right back in the contest.
Compton to the baseline, whips a pass to Purdue in the near corner. The 3 is an air ball, and the rebound is to Preston Clary.
Oh, he missed Lucas Rainey early.
Rainey's got it now. Clary on the baseline drive. and he'll draw the foul and get to the line. You know, Eric, I was saying, I realized Clark has been on the bench because he's got 2 fouls, but Jones has been on the bench for a long time.
Yeah,
for Beckley.
I was just thinking that, and that was going to be whistled on Purdue. That'll be his second, Maris, and the team's second. Preston Clary refused the high ball, the pick, and went baseline. And I think I like the aggression there, but he kind of bailed out and getting to the free throw line where he's an 84% shooter.
And he shot that first one just like an 84%er as Burdett will check back into the lineup, and Robinson will have a seat. Beckley's biggest lead has been 7, and if Clary can hit this, this will equal the largest lead of the first half.
And if Clary can hit this, it'll be 13 points in this first half for Preston Clary.
So Oak Hill's got 15, and Clary's got 13 by himself.
And
this 7-point lead equals the largest lead of the first half. Conley down the lane, and he's stripped.
Good defense by J.W. Wines right there, and Beckley in transition here.
Burdett drops it down low for A.J. Thomas. He misses the layup. The tip won't go. And we've got a foul on the Red Devils.
Yeah, on
Wines,
the tip.
yes.
Wines will get to the free throw line, and I think that'll be on Conley. No, that one was whistled on Compton.
So Compton gets whistled for the foul. That's his first. That'll be the team's third.
Yeah, but credit J.W. Wines on the being aggressive on the offensive board and trying to tip it in and not settling as he knocks it out down the first free throw and not settling or trying to bring the rebound down.
Yeah, you know, Eric, we're 3 seconds away of being halfway through this second quarter, and Oak Hill's only scored 2 points here in quarter number 2. So only 2 points in right at 4 minutes. As the second free throw by Wines, he got them both, and the biggest lead of the game is right here at 9.
And that's 4 straight free throw makes in this quarter as they turn it over.
And they turn it over. Burdett down the lane. His shot's rejected by Conley, but it goes off of Conley.
And
it'll stay with Beckley.
And if Gage Burdett, if he goes back and watches this, on that one he drew 3 defenders. Try to find the kick out.
There's a new player in the ball game, Noah Floyd, into the lineup for Oak Hill. He just checked in. Ball comes out to Rainey. He'll dial up a 3 and hit it. And it's a 7-0 run. Beckley had an 8-0 run in the first quarter, a 7-0 run now, and they got their biggest lead of the game, double digits at 12. Compton all the way to the basket, puts it up, count if it goes, and he'll draw the foul on Clary and try to polish off a 3-point play.
Yeah, we'll see this on the replay here. Preston Clary setting up. Yeah, I think he was moving to the right just a tad.
So Compton will try to polish off a 3-point play, and it's a much-needed basket for the Red Devils, as they can, if the free throw is successful, and it is, they can cut the Beckley lead to single digits, and they do with Compton's 3-point play. The lead is 9. Biggest has been 12.
And if you're Coach Ron Kidd, you don't mind that foul that was whistled on Preston Clary because that's a judgment call by the referee, and that time I think he got it right.
Oak Hill looks like they're going to go a little zone now. A.J. Thomas thought about shooting over the zone. Rainey on the dribble. Burdett shoots over the zone. That's too strong. Drew nothing but glass. And the rebound is Conley. Compton spins into the lane. Little pull-up. Knocks it down. So Compton scored the last 5 points.
5 straight for Compton.
And all of a sudden that Beckley lead goes from 12 to 7 as we come up on the 3-minute mark of the first half. The ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Beckley as Robinson gets set to check back into the game.
And we'll look at Compton here on the spin move and good offense right there.
And, you know, Eric, something we haven't had. We've not had a timeout yet in this first half.
Hey, it's postseason basketball, man.
That's why I'm surprised we haven't had a timeout.
But the flow of the game, but neither team has, been an 8-0 run and a 7-0 run.
Right, by Beckley.
And if you haven't saw a timeout then, so.
Here's Clary. Oak Hill back in the zone. Clary tries to attack the zone. Robinson will shoot over the zone. It's too strong. Battle for the rebound, and it'll be out of bounds over to Oak Hill. So the Red Devils will have it. Compton, he scored the last 5 for him, and the Red Devils just break the pressure just in time. Conley with the bounce pass down low. Nice catch, shoot, and score, and that's Austin getting his first 2 points. And just like that 12-point Beckley lead, Eric's been trimmed to 5.
And they did it by playing defense. Oak Hill got back in the contest.
Right, by going to the zone. That's exactly right. Preston Clary, nowhere to go. A.J. Thomas shoots over the zone, and a much-needed bucket for Beckley. A 3-ball by A.J. Thomas.
You never thought about it this way as A.J. Thomas gets a deflection and not able to get the steal.
Here's Conley. He'll dial it up from downtown, and that's an air ball. He had a good look, just not able to knock it down.
And then comes Isaiah Jones inserted. We look at A.J. Thomas dialing it up. He said, you guys said we don't shoot well against the zone. I'm going to dial one up from deep.
Yeah, got his calling card out, didn't he?
That's right.
Going to reverse charges when he knocks that 3 down. Beckley's led by as many as 12. The lead's 8 now. As we come up on a minute and a half remaining here in this first half. Burdett on the baseline, tacks the basket, finds A.J. Thomas in the corner. He'll dial up a 3. That won't go. He thought, well, I made one, but he gets a steal. He gets the ball to Clary into the lane and to Jones. Burdett. A.J. Thomas on the baseline, drive, puts a shot up, it's blocked.
I like the attack right there. Don't settle. Don't fall in love with the jump shot. Try to get to the rim with a chance to extend it to 10. This is a big possession by Oak Hill here.
As we get ready to go under a minute, and there's our first timeout right at a minute, a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. We'll let you know that tonight's game is brought to you in part by Modley's Plumbing and Heating. If you have a plumbing or heating issue, call the professionals at Modley's. It's an easy number to remember, 304-253-HELP. Also tonight's game brought to you by Pasquale's Italian Restaurant. They have all your favorite Italian dishes plus salads and seafood. Catering and private parties are available. Book your next event at Pasquale's at 304-255-5253. Well, Eric, it's a tournament game, and it's been a game of runs. Beckley's had the better of the runs, but Oak Hill, with this possession, a minute left in the half, definitely within shouting distance, down only 8 points.
Yeah, and that's why I think when Coach Andy Keys took that timeout, it was a good one because, you know, it's 1 minute to go. You can either get a bucket here, maybe 2 or 3 and cut the lead, or, you know, turn it over and Beckley could go down and extend this lead and you'll have a bigger deficit to start the third quarter.
Well, Eric, I told him we got to pay your house salary. We got to get commercials in there. I told you we hadn't had a timeout till then. Here's the Red Devils with it. Out of that timeout, Compton passes down low into the lane. The shot is up and good, and that shot is good by Noah Floyd, his first 2 of the ball game.
And that's how you draw it up. Make Coach Keys look good after that timeout.
Yeah, Floyd got right to the front of the rim to lay it in. Here's Burdett on the drive. Now to Robinson. Burdett's open. Mid-range shot. Puts it up and in. And, you know, there's a time where I would say I don't mind taking that shot when it's that open. You don't have to hold it for the final shot.
Hey, they're playing 2 for 1 here.
Yeah.
Maybe if you can get a stop, if you're Beckley, you're like, hey, let's get a stop.
And they almost did, as Robinson does. It's a held ball.
It stays with Oak Hill.
But still a good play by Robinson. The play happened right here in front of us. And the thing is, Jones showed Robinson the ball.
Hey, and like I said, I said that Lucas Rainier did that a couple possessions ago for Beckley. It looked like a big old piece of cake right out in front of him for Robinson to get his hands on.
Yeah, like chocolate cake, right?
Yes, right.
Here's Compton.
Oh, he got the switch they needed.
Compton, a lot of contact on him. They double team him. 3 seconds. They get the shot off. It's partially blocked, and the half will come to an end. Beckley extended their lead from 2 to 8. As Beckley will take an 8-point lead to the locker room with them at the break of this Region 3 Class 4A tournament game. 32-24 the Beckley lead. We'll come back with the Direct Choice halftime show on the other side of the break here on Video Productions.
B12.
Here we grow Hello again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our new Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It's 8, and that's what I told him today. And we welcome you back to the Direct Choice halftime show here at the Raleigh County Convention Center. Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas. We have the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, as always, doing a great job producing and directing, and Jason Bolin on camera. Beckley with an 8-point lead. Oak Hill scored the first 2 points of the game. Then the Oak Hill went up 5-2. They were tied at 5. Oak Hill led 10-7. And then Beckley went on an 8-0 run to take a 15-10 lead. Then Oak Hill scored the final 3 points of the first quarter, and Beckley led 15-13 at the end of one. In the second quarter, Beckley scored the first 7 points. First 7 points of the first 5 points, I beg your pardon, to go up 20-13. The lead went to 22-15. Beckley extended the biggest lead of the first half at 12 at 27-15. Then the Red Devils went on a nice little run there as they scored 8 in a row to cut it to 27-22. And then Oak Hill and Beckley back and forth there, and at the break, it's a 32-24 lead for Beckley at the break. We will take a timeout. When we come back, we'll go inside the numbers. Eric will have those for you, and we'll do it when we return here on Video Productions.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy Trail, fuel up the way West Virginians do. At Little General Store. From the trail snacks to cold drinks and fuel to keep you rolling, we've got everything you need before you head into the hills. We're proud to be part of your ride, rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Store, fuel your thinking. West Virginia.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
Hey folks, Rick Lewis here. Come and see what all talks about at one of West Virginia's top pre-owned auto dealers, Direct Choice of Beckley.
Direct Choice has over 50 vehicles available, all priced below market value. And credit problems are no problem. Good credit, slow credit, bad credit, doesn't matter. Direct Choice has over 10 financing sources available with excellent rates to get you in your new car, truck, or SUV today. Give us a try before you buy at Direct Choice Pre-Owned, 4631 Robert C. Byrd Drive, Beckley. Or shop 24/7 at DirectChoiceWV.com.
Beckley leads Oak Hill by 8 at the break, 32-24. We're going to go inside the numbers. Inside the numbers brought to you by Direct Choice Pre-Owned Vehicle Lot located at 4631 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley. They have West Virginia's best selection and best prices on pre-owned vehicles. Also, inside the numbers are brought to you by Allstate Insurance located at Market Road in Beckley. Lori Richmond, the agent. You can dial Lori up at 304-252-8646. You're in good hands with Allstate, and now you're in good hands with Eric. As Eric, you have the numbers of the first half.
Okay, Maris, first we'll start by scoring by quarters. Beckley was able to jump out to a 15-13 lead in the first quarter, and they outscored Oak Hill 17-11 in the second quarter. And the way we got there, leading the way for Oak Hill's Caleb Compton and Brent Conley, both with 7 points each. Tom Jones with 6. Craven Austin and Noah Floyd off the bench with 2 points each to round out the 24 points for Oak Hill. Senior Preston Clary leading the way for the Beckley Flying Eagles with 13 points. Gage Burdett, a solid first half with 9. and a host of players. Lucas Rainey with 3, A.J. Thomas with 3, J.W. Wines with 2, and Jaden Robinson with 2 points to round out the 32 points for the Beckley Flying Eagles. In the first half, Oak Hill went to the line 6 times, able to cash in on 3. Beckley went to the free throw line 5, cashing in on 4.
And, Eric, I think what's important is when we do start the second half, like I said, Beckley led by as many as 12 in the first half. The lead is 8. And if you're Oak Hill, you can't let this lead go from 8 to like 12, 14 in the first 2 or 3 minutes of the second half. So we'll see how that unfolds. We'll take a break. We'll get you ready for the second half. For the winner of this game, we'll have a date with Parkersburg South, and that would be next Wednesday. And so Beckley is halfway there, but Oak Hill will have something to say about the second half. We'll take a break, come back and get you ready for the second half when we return here on Video Productions.
You know anything about that?
We gave a future driver a first look and asked what he thinks makes a good truck. These trucks aren't just for today's drivers, they're for future ones too.
There's a compartment here, great leather seats, a bunch of charging ports, has everything pretty much.
Now it's your turn.
Since I'm too young to do business in the front, I have to do party in the back.
Come to Midstate Ford and drive off in a new truck, cool enough to earn backseat approval. Midstate Ford, home of the Big John deals.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy Trail, fuel up the way West Virginians do. At Little General Store. From the trail snacks to cold drinks and fuel to keep you rolling, we've got everything you need before you head into the hills. We're proud to be part of your ride, rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Store. Fuel your adventure. West Virginia.
Compliance helped me lose 50 pounds by freeing up tasks like payroll, HR, and bookkeeping. I'm now free to do what I want.
With Compliance, you can do what you want to do. Compliance, we've got your back office.
Are you ready to turn your passion into a career? At New River Community and Technical College, we've got the programs to get you there. Dive into our food service and event management program. Learn skills from kitchen basics to business budgeting and become seasoned for success. Or if the great outdoors is calling, answer it with our outdoor recreation program. Receive hands-on training that readies you to lead, inspire, and explore. Whatever you're passionate about, we have a path for you. Visit newriver.edu today. Start here. Go anywhere.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
You hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails. Fuel up the way West Virginians do. A Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of...
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center. Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas. Getting ready to start the second half. 8-point Beckley lead, 32-24. Eric, biggest lead was 12, and now it's 8. And, Eric, what do you expect we may see in the second half?
I think the pressure from Beckley after made shots, the Oak Hill's going to have to adjust to that because I think that created tempo that the style of play that Oak Hill didn't want to get into. And this is going to be huge, too. Anton Hicks and Purdue, Ivan Purdue, the two of their starters got in foul trouble early.
And, Eric, to what you said, Beckley will start the second half with A.J. Thomas on the floor and the big fella Jones on the bench, maybe so they can be faster.
Yeah, I think they're going to – this is tempo. Put Kingston Clark. He didn't get many minutes because of foul trouble. And they got the switch they wanted right there with Tom Jones on Preston Clary, but Tom Jones stood strong on that defensive play.
So here's Clary with it, head of the lane. Down the lane, they cut him off. Finds Burdett. Burdett off the dribble. He stumbles, loses the ball, and it's going to be a Beckley turnover, and it is. Beckley turns it over on their first possession to start the second half.
And not what you wanted coming out of halftime, turning the ball over. And Coach Ron Kidd cannot be happy with that.
We've got a little issue here, Eric, so we're going to have to give radio play-by-play as Beckley puts on the full-court pressure. Here's Jones. Jones will race the ball up the floor, and Beckley triple teams him and turns him over. Ball out to Burdett. Burdett right of the lane, and now he's stripped. And back the other way we go as Antoine Hicks comes up with a loose ball.
And that seems like familiar play. Like that happened in that first quarter where it's back-to-back-to-back turnovers.
Here's Conley. Conley with it on the right side of the floor, hands to Jones. He'll dial it up from downtown. It won't go, and skying high is Kingston Clark. Clark was really not a factor in that first half because he got 2 quick fouls and had to come out of the game.
2 quick fouls, not a factor. Gets the start in the second half. And wow, hey, I love the way this game's being called. You got to go strong with the basketball.
That ball was knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Beckley. 6:50 left third quarter, 32-24 the lead. Like I said, we'll give you the radio call until we can get our streaming back. Ball comes over to Preston Clary. Clary thought about the three. Now over to Clark. Now Burdett on the right wing. Burdett looks, finds Clary into the lane, little turnaround, and he dodges it down to Clark. It looked like Clary was going to shoot it, a little turnaround, and he finds Clark, and Clark able to catch and score the easy bucket, and Beckley with a double-digit lead at 10, 6:25 for the third.
And right on cue, unselfish play by Preston Clary. Had an easy shot, but got a better shot for Kingston Clark getting the young man involved.
Here's Compton with it. Compton around the screen. He'll dial it up. The shot is in and out, no good. And Clark comes out of there with a Beckley rebound.
And Clark's like, somebody come get this rock. I need to go down to the post, man.
So here's Clary with it. Beckley led by as many as 12 in that first half. And if they could equal that lead, or if they hit a three, have their largest lead of the ball game, they lead by 10. Burdett shoots a three ball, tries to give Beckley its longest lead, but it won't go. And Hicks clears the rebound. Over to Thomas. Thomas pushes it up on the right wing.
And I think if that shot had gone, that would have really juiced up this crowd.
Conley on a drive, leans in, little fall away, in and out, won't go. Battle for the rebound, and Robinson comes out of there with it.
And Maris, I really, this is the last time I'm going to say it. Conley's playing hurt. There's no way he's shooting the ball this bad without those fingers taped together.
Here's A.J. Thomas, pounces the ball down low to Clark. Clark spins, gets to the rim, lay it up and in off the glass. And this 12-point lead equals the largest lead of the game as we're 3 minutes into the second half.
And the scoring of that basket helps this full-court pressure that Beckley has been able to apply to Oak Hill.
Hicks on the drive, gets to the baseline, up and under, puts the shot up. What a nice play by Hicks.
Hey, you talking about contact, playing through contact. Anton Hicks may have got fouled 4 times before he got to the basket.
But he got where he wanted. He laid it in. Robinson dials it up for three. It's too strong. Clary with an offensive rebound. A.J. Thomas on a drive into the lane, finds Clark. Clark's double team, and they turn it over.
And poor spacing right there.
Yeah, and here's Hicks with it.
But a much-needed stop by Oak Hill, trying to cut into this 10-point lead.
Yeah, trying to get to single digits as we 4.5 minutes remaining third quarter.
Can't pick your dribble up that high.
Jones open for three and a splashdown.
Silky smooth. Tom Jones dials it up, and that'll be his 9th point.
Yeah, he came in averaging 11. He's got 9, as you mentioned. Here's Burdett with it. They give the ball to Clary. Burdett off the dribble. He traveled. Yep. And Beckley turns it over as Lucas Rainey will check into the Beckley lineup. So, Eric, we're at the halfway point of this third quarter, and Beckley at one point led by 12, and the lead is 7 now as Oak Hill scored the last 5.
Yeah, Tom Jones with a big three, and Anton Hicks wouldn't be denied getting to the rim. So with Lucas Rainey in, let's see. They're still going to extend that pressure.
Here's Hicks with it. Hicks getting really close to the midcourt stripe, wasn't he?
He was so close. I thought that was going to be a backcourt violation.
He didn't know how close he was. Jones might have got away with a walk as he puts up a
did
shot.
Walk. He did.
Yeah, and that threw the shot off as Wines will check in and Clark will have a seat for Beckley.
And Wines was able to ignite this Beckley defense when he came in, got to the free throw line by keeping ball alive on the offensive glass.
But, yeah, Antoine Hicks did not know how close he was to of having a turnover.
He retreated so far. He was inches from that.
Yes, he was.
From the line.
If he had a camera in the heel of his shoes, he'd have saw how close he was. As spinning into the lane is Clary, and his shot's blocked. I think that's off of Clary.
It is.
And it should go to Oak Hill, and it does.
Way to stay in it, Conley. When you go to the jump stop right there, if you can see here on the spin, once he gets to the spin, if he just pump fakes it, Conley's out of his shoes and he can go up for the easy 2.
So
good old jump stop.
This is a big possession for Oak Hill to try to, get this 7-point lead to 5, possibly 4. Conley being harassed as he brings the ball up the floor. And Compton looks over the Beckley defense.
Wines got his hand in there, almost got a steal.
Compton all the way to the rack, lays it up and in with a beautiful play. And the Red Devils were once down by 12, have scored 7 in a row. They've cut the Beckley lead to 5. A.J. Thomas, mid-range shot, and he knocks it down.
A.J. with the crossover, losing the defender and elevating to get 2. A much-needed 2 by Beckley.
If you're Beckley, it was 36-24. 7 in a row was ran off by Oak Hill, and before that bucket by A.J. Thomas. The lead is 7 now.
Yeah, key juncture here with 2:38 to go. Oak Hill's going to have to try to get something going offensively.
Yeah, 2 in the third quarter, and that's an offensive foul as A.J. Thomas steps out and takes the charge, and the foul's on Compton.
Boy, he took 1-2 to the chops right here. If we could get the replay, that is taking one for the team.
Yes, that is contact right there.
Hey, but A.J. Thomas, he may be small, but he made all-state defensive back merits in football for 2 years running for the Beckley team.
2.5 remaining third quarter. Beckley with the ball, leading by 7. They've led by as many as 12 on a couple occasions. Once in the first half, once here in the second half. A.J. Thomas into the lane. Rainey off the dribble, nowhere to go. He's in trouble, and he turns it over. He got to no man's land.
Yes,
he
did.
He was in trouble.
Still.
And a nice play by Wines from behind.
J.W. Wines on the back tap. Sorry to overtalk you there, but you can see that one coming.
Robinson dials up a 3, and he hits it. The lead back to double digits for Beckley, a 10-point advantage.
And that's the first 3 of the game for Robinson.
Compton all the way down, and he turns it over. Compton all the way down the lane, and then he turned it over. Wines in the open floor, and he blows the layup, and then what do we got?
They're going to goaltend it.
Did they call that a bucket? I think he called a foul. I don't think he called goaltending. Yes, he did. You're right, Eric.
Slapping the backboard when
right.
the ball was on the backboard, on the rim.
So this will once again equal the largest lead. This is the 3rd time tonight. Beckley's led by 12. And just like that, like I said, a game of runs. Oak Hill had scored 7 in a row to get it from 12 to 5. Beckley's now answered that run with 7 of their own to get the lead back to 12.
And fueled by defense, though.
Yes, and what do we got? The referee first he pointed toward Beckley, and then he turned around and pointed toward Oak Hill.
He did. I think he was trying to say something to the coach before he signaled. The coach was in his ear about something, or one of the players.
But he clearly pointed toward Beckley.
He did.
And then he turned around and clearly pointed toward Oak Hill. But it is the Red Devils' ball with a 1.5 remaining in the third quarter.
He got it corrected.
And that's the main thing. They got it corrected. Here's Antoine Hicks with it. But, starting A.J. Thomas in the second half has been a little spark for Beckley.
It really has ignited him. What a hard pick there. And Lucas Rainey with the steal.
Rainey to A.J. Thomas. A.J. Thomas goes in, and he misses the shot. But the tip is good by Wines. And Beckley with its biggest lead. They've scored 9 in a row. And Conley's in a lot of trouble as he gets the ball now to Hicks as we go under a minute for the third quarter. So Beckley's taken that 8-point halftime lead, Eric, and they've ballooned it up to 14. Conley into the lane. Little short shot is good. And that stops the bleeding momentarily as Beckley was on a 9 and scored 9 in a row to that. Rainey to the baseline, up and under, and
traveled.
He did.
Took that extra step.
You were all over that.
Yeah.
You blew your whistle for the referee did.
And he got no man. I'm going to use your term. He was
nowhere
to go with it. And he had to take that. If he had tried to shoot it where he was, it would have shot up through the basket.
Yeah, he got to a spot on the floor you don't want to be. So Clark checks back into the Beckley lineup. Conley, like I said, they're just harassing him in the backcourt. And here's Hicks with it.
And Hicks is like, Kai, I need a screen here.
Robinson all over him. Final 20 seconds of the third quarter. Conley. Here's Compton for 3. It won't go. Robinson with the rebound. Robinson on the push. Final 10 seconds of the third. A.J. Thomas with the pass to Rainey. Dials up a 3. Good! A 3-ball by Lucas Rainey. And Beckley has its biggest lead of the night as we go to the fourth quarter. It's Beckley by 15. Beckley 48, Oak Hill 33. Back with the fourth quarter coming up next here on Video Productions.
Give your home a fresh start with a brand new view from Window World at Beckley.
At Window World, we believe all homes deserve comfort, energy savings, and style all year long.
With our energy-efficient windows and doors, Window World has you covered.
Give your home the view it deserves this year with new windows and doors from Window World at Beckley. New year, new view with energy-efficient windows from Window World at Beckley.
Call today, 1-800-WINDOW-WORLD
for your free in-home estimate.
Hey folks, Rick Lewis here. Come and see what all talks about at one of West Virginia's top pre-owned auto dealers, Direct Choice of Beckley.
Direct Choice has over 50 vehicles available, all priced below market value. And credit problems are no problem. Good credit, slow credit, bad credit, doesn't matter. Direct Choice has over 10 financing sources available with excellent rates to get you in your new car, truck, or SUV today. Give us a try before you buy at Direct Choice Pre-Owned, 4631 Robert C. Byrd Drive, Beckley, or shop 24/7 at directchoicewv.com.
Well, Eric Beckley had led by 12, 36-24. Oak Hill had scored 7 in a row to cut the lead to 36-31. And then Beckley finished the third quarter on a bang. They finished the third quarter on a 12-2 run to take that 5-point lead to a 15-point lead, 48-33 as we start the fourth quarter.
And look, they'll start the way they ended the quarter right here with Lucas Rainey hitting the big bucket. A.J. Thomas igniting the defense of Charge and Jaden Robinson. This has been a group effort defensively.
The winner of this game will draw Parkersburg South on Wednesday night, and then the winner of that game would punch their ticket to the boys' state tournament. Here's Jones on the drive. Little short shot. He left it short, and he'll get the foul and the rebound.
Yeah, Lucas Rainey on the hold. And I actually think that's a good foul because Tom Jones he was going to have an easy 2 right here, make him take it out, side out here.
The girls' state tournament will start this Tuesday. The boys will start a week from Tuesday, which is St. Patrick's Day. Oak Hill inbounds the ball. They've got some work to do to catch up if they don't want their season to end tonight. Hicks on a drive, down the lane, and he's stripped. Clary comes up with the loose ball. 2-on-2. Clary all the way to the rack with the left hand, and there's a blocking foul, and Preston Clary will get to the line and shoot a pair. That was a nice take by Clary. Once he got the ball, Eric, in the middle of the lane on one end, he drives the ball the length of the floor and goes down the center of the lane here on the offensive end, and he'll draw the foul, and he'll step up to the line where he's an 84% free throw shooter.
And that'll be on Compton. You don't like the way he fell right there. That's how you could, get hurt, injured, but Preston Clary will step to the line, as you stated, shooting 84% from the free throw line.
And the first free throw is good. So this takes the lead to 16, and at the moment is the biggest lead of the ball game. As checking back in will be Purdue for Oak Hill, and having a seat for the Red Devils will be Austin.
That was Preston Clary's first points of the second half.
Well, he's done a lot of other things.
Oh, yeah, but
you're right.
And that's what's good.
Yeah,
and as
good.
we stated, he had to, carry the load most of the time offensively. When the flow of the game, the way it is, Beckley sharing the basketball, playing good defense.
Well, and I think that's the whole key of what's allowed everybody to get involved offensively, how good they've played on the defensive end of the floor. 17-point advantage, biggest lead of the game. Here's Conley with it. And Jones just hasn't really been able to get going as Conley dials up a three.
And that was just good offense right there as Conley caught Beckley on the switch and dialed up a long-distance shot.
But if Oak Hill's going to get back in it, this is the end of the floor they got to do it at. They got to get stops. Here's Robinson in the far corner. And if you're Beckley, you want to make sure you take good shots. And you don't have to be quick shots.
Yeah, and that's right. Play with the lead.
Clary on the drive. It's not there. Back it back up, reset.
Well, that shows you some patience because Jaden Robinson usually jacks that one up.
Rainey will jack it up, but Clary keeps the possession alive with the offensive rebound. They get the ball down low. Clark, turnaround spin off the glass, shoots and scores. Nice play by Clark. Here's the Red Devils, and they try to get the ball to Jones, and he can't catch up to it, and the Red Devils throw it away.
And I don't know. It looked like Preston Clary kind of tweaked his ankle on that last rebound, and I was looking if he was signaling to come out, and he was signaling thumbs up like he was okay.
Yeah, I don't think you want to come out of this game unless you just can't go. It looked like he's walking okay.
Yeah, but, this is the last time he'll play on this floor as far as, in a Beckley uniform.
Right. So we're under 6 minutes for the game. The winner goes to take on Parkersburg South on Wednesday. Rainey dials up a three and hits from downtown. Lucas Rainey in the biggest lead of the game right here at 19. Compton attacks the basket, puts it up. It's short. They battle for the rebound. Oak Hill's got it. Conley puts it up and in and draws the foul. Nice play by Conley to stay with it. And on the putback, and he'll draw the foul, and he'll step up to the line to try to polish off a three-point play.
And I think that'll be whistled on Preston Clary. That'll be the team's second and his first. No, his second.
So Conley at the line where he has struggled at the line tonight.
Yeah, 1 of 4.
The officials got something to say to him. I don't know exactly what was going on.
There's a little jawing going on after buckets now. It is a rivalry. So, but I like that's good officiating, saying, look, I'm gonna let you slide with that first one. The next one, you might get the hands crossed the tee.
Conley does polish off a three-point play, and we're at 5.5 minutes remaining in the game, 16-point lead. And if you're Oak Hill, like I said, you've got to put some stops together, and there's the first one. Conley races the ball down. Hicks spots up, three, in and out, no good. Conley with the tip, it won't go. Point blank, and here comes A.J. Thomas with it. A.J. Thomas on the attack. Attacks the basket, fumbled it, stumbled it, and throws the ball back out to Rainey. Robinson says, I know what to do with it. He dials a three. It doesn't go. There's a point-blank tip by Clark. It won't go. And Thomas Jones comes out of there with the rebound. And Conley caught the ball, and he's out of bounds on the side.
Well, I think that's on the passer.
It was.
It's on the passer. Jones, he had to know how close he was to the sideline. As you see, all these point-blank misses right here as Robinson's rims out. And then on this tip, how does this not go down?
That's like Conley missed the tip on the Oak Hill end, and Clark misses the tip on the Beckley end. And, Eric, it's amazing. I've said this. We've only had one timeout in this game. That is amazing.
Hey, listeners, he's trying to pay some bills with these commercials.
There's a fact. Well, Eric's got such a big salary. We got to run commercials multiple times to pay.
Free agent salary, too. It is March at Free Agent Frenzy Monday.
And you know why Eric's got such a big salary? Because he's got his wife, who's the negotiator, as his agent. That's why he's got such a big salary. All right. The ball comes into Wines. Nowhere to go. Good place to throw it to is Preston Clary. Clary gets to the elbow. Nothing there. And they call a foul as Hicks thought he had him tied up.
And that'll be third on Anton Hicks. And I kind of agree with Anton Hicks. I think his hand was on the ball.
Yeah, it looked like he did have him tied up.
I thought that was a jump ball.
So 4:45 remaining here in the fourth quarter. And Beckley up 16. Ball comes out, and it's intercepted. Purdue with the pick over to Hicks.
They have numbers.
And Hicks lost control of the ball, and the ball is swatted out of bounds. I think it'll stay with Oak Hill.
It will. 2-on-1 though. But poor spacing.
But, the spacing.
It's poor spacing. Well, for one, the defender drew the defense.
Right.
I mean, the offensive player drew the defense to the ball.
The defender could defend both of them.
We were taught to what we called fan out.
Spread out, right.
Yeah, fan out.
Fan out, spread out.
Yes.
Same thing, yep. Here's Hicks to inbound the ball to Conley. Compton into the lane. Compton. Here's Purdue on the drive. Tacks the basket. Gets all the way to the rim and lays it up and in. And now Oak Hill calls a timeout so we can pay Eric. I think they hurt us over there.
That's Purdue's first basket of the night.
And that's a 14-point game. It's a full timeout. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
We asked the real experts what they think of our Chevys and GMCs, and they didn't hold back.
Come here. Come on. I like the noise of it.
They tested the seats, the screens, and the tires as well. Now it's your turn. Northside Chevy GMC, approved by kids, loved by everyone. Chevrolet, together let's drive. GMC, we are professional grade.
Northside Chevy, where they are right.
4:28 remaining in the ball game, and it's a 14-point lead for Beckley, 55-41. Beckley led by 2, 15-13 at the end of the first quarter. Beckley led by 8, 32-24 at the halftime break. Beckley opened up a 15-point lead, 48-33 at the start of this quarter, Eric, and Oak Hill's only been able in 3.5 minutes have only been able to shave off 1 point off the Beckley lead when we started the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they've only outscored them 8-7.
And they got a turnover to Oak Hill.
And
Compton, the easy layup.
And that's a mistake by Preston Clary. You're better off to let that go out of bounds.
And Beckley turns it over again. So
back-to-back turnovers.
If you're Oak Hill, here's your run, Eric. You know, you're down to 4:16 left in your season, and you're within 12. If you can get it to single digits on this possession as A.J. Thomas checks back in, Wines will have a seat for Beckley. Hicks to inbound.
And I think A.J. Thomas is coming in for how he's been able to push the tempo and help defensively.
Compton on the drive. He probably should have shot that, and he throws it away. Or does he? Nope. They say the ball last touch by Beckley. It'll stay with the Red Devils.
Yeah, and it was a ricochet on the play. I didn't know if it went off the foot.
Couldn't tell.
I think A.J. Thomas deflected it, and then it went off the foot of Preston Clary.
So Hicks will put the ball in play.
Yes, they got it right. Exactly right.
Yeah, I think the officials have done a great job calling this game.
Tremendous. This is why they're doing a game like
this. And they had Jones wide open. They couldn't get him the ball. They turned it over. Beckley with numbers. Clary goes in, lays it up and in. There was a lot of contact on that finish, but no foul, but Clary able to score.
And 4 points in the quarter from Clary. But right away, A.J. Thomas pays dividends.
As Jones blocks Hicks. Here's Burdett with it. And Beckley now, Eric, can start thinking about running a little clock. Make sure you take a good shot if you're Beckley. 3.5 to go. Winner will go to Parkersburg South next Wednesday. And then the winner of that will punch their ticket to the boys' state tournament that starts on Tuesday, March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. Rainey off the dribble. Nowhere to go. Throw it back out to A.J. Thomas. You get the ball inside. Jones goes up. Off the glass. It won't go. Rainey got offensive rebound. The putback is good.
And Lucas Rainey trying to flex his muscles in the middle with the big bucket. Stick back for Beckley.
Compton with it as we come up on the 3-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Oak Hill's got to go quick. They got a lot of points to make up. Jones will dial it up for 3 and hit it.
Man, he's just so smooth.
You can tell the minute the ball leaves his hands, it's going in, right? Here's Rainey, and he'll draw the foul, or will he? Yes, I think so. The official, as he was running down, stood right in front of me. I didn't have a chance to check at the monitor, but there is a foul, and the foul's on Purdue.
And Purdue got caught on the jumping as Rainey was dribbling.
So Beckley will inbound the ball, side out. Oak Hill's committed 4 team fouls. The next foul will get Beckley to the line. Ball comes into Clary. And you know something you touched on there, even though Clary's had a great game, he hasn't had to be the total offensive, carried the entire offense as he scores that time right down the lane. they haven't had to rely on him scoring.
Yeah.
They've had other people that have stepped up tonight.
Well, he scored in the flow of the offense. That's his 19th point.
Right.
But how many assists? 3 or 4 good assists and played great defense.
Conley able to score as he gets a pass from Hicks. But if you're Oak Hill, you can't just keep trading buckets. You got to get stops. You might think about fouling. Rainey down low to Jones. Jones lays it up and in.
Good to see the young man Jones get into the scoring column. Played a great floor game.
Purdue. Conley into the lane.
Travel.
Shots blocked, and they turn it over.
And that's what you know, like you said, they have to go quick, but you got to be under control. And we're going to get a timeout here.
Beckley coach Ron Kidd wants a full timeout. We'll take it with them. Beckley leading 63-48, 1:53 remaining. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do at Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Direct Choice Pre-Owned Vehicle Lot located at 4631 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley. They have West Virginia's best selection and best prices on pre-owned vehicles, and they are a proud supporter of local student athletes. We appreciate Direct Choice. All right, Beckley inbounds the ball, and they got a 15-point lead. Next Oak Hill foul will put Beckley at the line. And now if you're Beckley, Eric, I'm sure Coach Kidd called that timeout to spread the floor, try to get an easy path to the basket, or have Oak Hill foul you and get you to the line. And there's a foul. Burdett will get to the free throw line as Purdue will commit the foul.
And Gage Burdett is the only miss of the night for Beckley at the free throw line.
Well, you know, in the 2 previous games, Eric, both Beckley wins. On December 23rd, Beckley scored 66, and on January 13th, Beckley scored 60. They're right, really, almost to where they've been the 2 previous games. They got 63 right now, and Burdett trying to add to the lead as the first free throw's good.
And that free throw gets Gage Burdett into double figures. But you know what I like about this young man? He's struggled with a few turnovers, during the year, but he's really going to be a good basketball player. As Owen Gunner, a senior,
big
gets
hand.
into the game.
He gets a big hand from the student section behind us as Owen Gunner checks into the Beckley lineup. As the second free throw by Burdett is good, he got them both. So you would be able to think, Eric, with Beckley up 65-48 and a minute and a half remaining, that Beckley will hang on and win this game, and they will go to Parkersburg South, and that'll be on Wednesday night, and the winner of that game will go to the Boys State High School basketball tournament.
Yeah, they got a tough hill to climb, Parkersburg South being the number 2 seed in the region as Tom Jones knocks his 4th three-pointer of the night down.
Yeah, like I said, when the ball leaves his hands, you know it's going in. Got a nice rotation. Beckley 2-on-1, and Rainey takes it to the baseline, brings it back out as we come up on the final minute of the ball game, and there's a foul, and that'll get Rainey to the line.
And that'll be Tom Jones picking up his first.
So the Red Devils are going to go 0-3 against Beckley in 3 tries. And for Beckley, like I said, they will advance, and they'll have to go on the road. And Beckley and Parkersburg South, as Rainey makes the first one, did not play this year. But always back in the day, as you remember, Eric, in fact, the first time you and I worked together, the very first game that you and I worked on radio together or anything together was Beckley at Parkersburg South.
I remember it well. It was December
It was what,
the 28th.
07?
08.
08? I know it was, 08, the first game you and I, as Rainey makes them both.
Because I can remember we were doing radio. You had a big microphone and my microphone was little.
Yeah, I had a big microphone because I have a big mouth, right? So Beckley and Oak Hill both will empty their benches.
Yeah, for Beckley, you get in Thompson and Walton.
And also for Beckley, who we got coming in?
That's going to be Dylan Ansley coming in. You got Walton, Ansley, Gunner, and Thompson. And J.W. Wines, the early addition, late addition, to the lineup.
So final minute of the ball game, and Beckley will advance. There's a foul. That's only the third team foul. So Beckley will go on the road Wednesday night. And, you know, when you look at Beckley, really, they haven't had a lot of success on the road this season.
Yeah, you know, what's wild about this, them going to Parkersburg South, the football team had never won in Parkersburg South since the 80s and went up there and you know, got a win.
Right.
So maybe some of the guys that play football will understand, hey, we might be able to go up there and steal us a win.
And, you know, and we know this, Eric. Anything that's happened in the past is there's a 3 put up that's no good. And they battle for the loose ball, and there's a whistle. And
it's going to be a travel.
Travel.
It's a travel because Gunner and Ansley both have it.
History's important, but it has nothing to do with the next game.
It sure doesn't. It doesn't.
But I'm saying you look at Beckley. They lost at Cabell Midland. They lost at Parkersburg. They lost at Capital. They lost at Greenbrier East. So as I'm saying, but that doesn't mean that they can't go to Parkersburg South and win. I'm just saying what has happened for Beckley. They did win at Riverside, who's seeded number 3. There's a blocked shot. Beckley in the final 12 seconds. Gunner from the baseline, it won't go.
The crowd would have went wild if that went in.
Yes. So final 7 seconds.
Me too. Yeah, and you're right. I mean, Parkersburg South, so much respect from that program. It's mutual respect. But Parkersburg South, they know that a Beckley team, hey, they can come up there any given night. It could be a good ball game.
So your final score is Beckley 67, Oak Hill 51, and Beckley will advance. They are now 9-10, and Beckley will go to Parkersburg South on Wednesday. The Oak Hill Red Devils will end their season, and Eric, they'll end their season on a 4-game losing streak, and Oak Hill will finish the year 6-16. We'll take a break. We'll come back in the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show when we return here on Video Productions.
Before you hit the Hatfield and McCoy Trail, fuel up the way West Virginians do. At Little General Stores. From the trail snacks to cold drinks and fuel to keep you rolling, we've got everything you need before you head into the hills. We're proud to be part of your ride, rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores, fuel your adventure for West Virginia.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
We asked the real experts what they think of our Chevys and GMCs, and they didn't hold back.
Come here. Come on. I like the noise of it.
They've tested the seats, the screens, and the tires as well. Now it's your turn. Northside Chevy GMC, approved by kids, loved by everyone. Chevrolet, together let's drive. GMC, we are professional grade.
Northside Levy, really alright.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center. Dave Barksdale Court, Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing, and Jason Bolin on camera. Beckley wins the ball game 67-51. And it started off with Oak Hill scoring the first 2. Then Oak Hill had a 5-2 lead. And with Oak Hill up 10-7, Beckley went on an 8-0 run to take a 15-10 lead. And at the end of the first quarter, Beckley led 15-13. In the second quarter, Beckley was able to score the first 5 points and actually the first 7 points to start quarter number 2 to open up a lead. And they eventually got the lead up as many as 12 to 27-15. And then at the break, it was 32-24 Beckley. And then in that third quarter, Beckley had a 36-31 lead. Actually, it was 36-24. Then Oak Hill scored 7 in a row to cut Beckley's lead to 36-31. And then really where the game totally went in Beckley's favor as they went on a 12-2 run to close out the third quarter and take a 15-point lead, 48-33 into the fourth quarter. And from that point on, Eric, they never really looked back, and Beckley wins the ball game by the final score of 67-51. We're going to go inside the numbers of the game, and inside the numbers of the ball game is brought to you by Direct Choice. Direct Choice pre-owned vehicle lot located at 4631 Robert Siebert Drive in Beckley, West Virginia's best selection of prices on pre-owned vehicles. Direct Choice is a proud supporter of local sports. Also, inside the numbers brought to you by Allstate Insurance, located at Market Road in Beckley. Lori Richmond's the agent. You can dial up Lori at 304-252-8646. You're in good hands with Allstate, and now you're in good hands with Eric.
Okay, for Oak Hill, Maris, of the 51 points, they had 3 double-figure scores, just not any other support. Brent Conley came in averaging 16 points a game. He had 17. Tom Jones came in averaging 11 points a game. He finished his night with 15, and Caleb Compton with 11. Those are the 3 big guns out of the 51 points for Oak Hill. They shot 7 free throws and made 4. And for Beckley was led in scoring tonight by Preston Clary, man. The senior played a good floor game. He had 3 threes, 3 twos, 4 from the free throw line for 19 points. Gage Burdett had 11 points, knocked down 3 twos and 1 3-pointer, and was 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Lucas Rainey, 13 points, Maris, and coming off the bench, I think he really embraced that role late in the season and really gave him a lift. He made 3 3-pointers and 1 2, was 2 of 2 from the free throw line for 13. J.W. Wines pitched in 6, A.J. Thomas 5, Kingston Clark 6, Jaden Robinson 5. But here's where Beckley did really well. They excelled at the free throw line. They made 10 of 11 free throws. And when you do that, 6-7, they end up with 67 points. And I thought that was a good team victory tonight.
And, Eric, you remember me way back in the pregame show, I told you this, the trend for Beckley, I said they'd lost 2, they won 2, they lost 2. Now, if the trend can win 2, they won this one. Can they win the next one? And the next one, your next game is your biggest one.
It's your biggest one.
That's right. And they go on the road. It'll be Wednesday night at Parkersburg South. The winner of that game will punch their ticket to the 2026 Boys State basketball tournament.
You're talking about going to a basketball atmosphere. That place will be packed.
Yes.
And as you stated, my first game ever calling radio or streaming was with you at Parkersburg South. It was loud. It was electric. It was electric from the tip, and that's what this Beckley team's going to have to go on the road and really seize the moment early to have a chance.
And, it's amazing. Your daughter here, Lexi, standing in front of us. And I was thinking this. Lexi was just born.
She was
just born, and here she is going to graduate Beckley Woodrow Wilson High School, the first game that you did with me.
Yes, and that's why I can remember it so vividly. December, she was 4 months old.
Right, and that's why she's standing right here in front of us.
She's 4 months old,
and that's
now.
Now she's a grown woman.
Yes, and now she's going to graduate. But, Maris, it's been a pleasure this year calling the games, and I look forward to following you at the state tournament and in women's, and we'll be hanging at the men's tournament.
That's right. As we start the girls' state tournament on Tuesday, the National Federation High School Network will have the game. Of course, Video Productions, we will produce it, and you can catch all the games Tuesday through Friday. There are 6 games Tuesday morning and then Tuesday night, and then it'll continue through Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then, Eric, as you said, whether Beckley makes it or not, you and I will be there on St. Patrick's Day to start the boys tournament. And I think it's going to be a good tournament as always, because there's always some team that you never think about that don't get a lot of love that might sneak in there and get something done.
And that's the beauty of the state tournament, right? And that's the beauty of this system. Beckley, like you said, they're 1-0 on the new season. Parkersburg South laying and waiting. Like, come to my house, but, hey, you like the challenge if you're Beckley. They have a lot of respect for that program, but I think they solidly think they can go up there and compete and get a win.
Well, you saw Parkersburg South coach Mike Fallon.
Mike
he
Fallon,
was right behind us,
classy guy.
And I'm sure he saw it live, but I'm sure he'll go back and watch this game with us on Video Productions and try to pick some things out. But it'll be Beckley's biggest task, but it'll be interesting to see what will happen up there Wednesday night.
Yeah, but, with this coaching staff, and I was thinking about things today, Beckley – the tradition of it, these young men need to embrace what it means to really wear that jersey and all these banners and go up there and play for the city.
Well, partner, I'm going to shake your hand.
That's right.
As you and I have wrapped up our 5th season together along with the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins. Nick done a great job. I gave him the nickname the first year, the heavy hitter, and he's been the heavy hitter, and without him, we couldn't make it happen. We also appreciate Jason Boland that stepped in tonight. We appreciate all the camera people that worked with us all year, and from football to volleyball to basketball, as we move on to softball, we are people for all seasons.
That's
and
right.
Video Productions, we stream championships, and we appreciate Mr. Butch Mounts, all he does, because he helps employs all of us, and so we hope to think he's doing something right.
That's right. He got a good crew, especially the support staff. As you stated, you and I are technologically challenged, and if we had to set it up and do it,
no way.
No way. I mean, I probably could figure it out.
Yeah, but I couldn't. All right, that'll wrap things up here from Beckley. Once again, the final score, Beckley defeats Oak Hill 67-51. It's been a great year, and I'll be at the Girls State Tournament on Tuesday, and everybody have a safe trip home for the ones that are watching us, because a lot of people watch us on their phone while they're at the arena, and a lot of people in the comfort of their own home. Either way, however you took it, or however you were able to take the game, watch the game, have a safe night, and good night, everybody.